Rams scheme. So I'm going to come out in gun bunch. Farls, you come out in standard cover 2-man and take a look at what's happening on the screen. Gun bunch, and we have inside cross. So this is the base play. We always talk about the importance of having a base play and the effectiveness of it. And this is a play that Boogs showed to us when he came and he was on TWIM a couple months ago. So the first thing to notice about this is the far right corner to Benjamin. If you have a good route runner over there, he's going to win the vast majority of the time. And it's a free release. Timing can be pretty consistent with it. So it's a very consistent way to beat man-to-man. And I like that he's isolated on a one-on-one on an island. I really like that a lot about gun bunch.
Yeah, he's spread out, and if you want to, drop this guy into purple to stop it, you really have to commit two routes to stop that one route from man. As long as you have the route running advantage, you're going to win that route.
So the only adjustment we make on this play is to streak A. But then you have a very unique route to the halfback, and then you have a delayed drag to Funchess on the left side of the field here. And both these route beat man-to-man really, really well. Now, that was a good user play by Farls, but that X drag is going to consistently win, and so is this route to Stewart out of the halfback. He's going to crush his man-to-man coverage guy on a very consistent basis.
Even the higher-rated items in Ultimate Team, he will beat on this man-to-man style route because it's that route right there. It's a very powerful stock route in the game.
Very powerful route. A lot of speed, a lot of things going on. Now, your other two routes aren't necessarily good routes, good reads against man-to-man. So, as we take a look at the snap of the ball here, you're going to look at Olsen on the wheel, not much. A, not much. So those two guys are specifically zone reads. But this play, by design, is set up to make your opponent have these really annoying underneath options that are difficult to defend out of man. That's the purpose of this play, to give you three routes that are really difficult for man-to-man to stop. Mm-hmm. Now, if you did go zone, you can still dink and dunk your way down the field to Y and X. It's just a base play. The base play is supposed to get you comfortable, get you into the flow of the game, give you short reads, consistent reads underneath, and get you the flow and the rhythm of the game. And that's the idea of inside cross. Now, the next play I want to talk about is a quick audible up. It's quick audible up, and it's called stick. And this is the play by design. So a lot of people have talked about how effective the play from Kansas City in the bunch called divide. It's the little speed out. You know, the little speed out on the far right receiver. Mm-hmm. And people like it because you can motion it out, and it's a really difficult route to defend. I think after running this stick play, I think this play is better than divide. And the reason for it is you can motion out this route here, and when you get to the sideline, you can crank it upfield. And I've cribbed many of these routes, and that's why I think it's better. The divide play might be a little bit more conservative. It's not more consistent. It's more conservative. It's going to get you the 8 yards every time, but it's not going to get you the big play. Where I find that the divide route really hurts you is if you get into 3rd and 12, you can't smart route it. You can't do anything.
You can't possession it on the sideline because you don't get any extra yards.
Right. It's a good route when you only need 5 yards.
Skimbo went to it on 4th and 5 twice, and it was like stones. He threw it, he tiptoed it. It was nice.
There's nothing worse than 4th and 7, and you're like, my money play right now is divide. I might throw this, and I might get 6 yards, and I'm going to lose the game. Mm-hmm. The beautiful thing about this route is you can smart route it. So you can smart route it, and it'll go to the first down line no matter where you have it. And you always can motion this bad boy out, let him set, snap of the ball. I don't really care what defense you're in. That's a really difficult route for the defense to defend. You could be man, you could be zone. It doesn't really matter. And the other good thing about it is if you did want to get into a situation where you wanted to attack zone coverage out of this play, you have it built in with the corner, the flat, and the streak. You can do it if you would like. So you see the little quick motion here. It gives me the proper way to get the flood on the field where you have a streak, corner, and the flat. So if I did want to really flood the zone and kind of tear it apart, it gives you kind of stock, a play built in to do that. And now the other part of this stick play that I really like is the effectiveness of this route in the red zone. I've been trying to look and find plays that match and mimic the SE option that you saw Skimbo run to perfection at Madden Bowl, at the Madden Challenge. Mm-hmm. And this stick route has kind of given me that ability. So what I do here in this play, rather than motion out to the sideline, I motion it over to the right side of the field, and then it becomes that quick little post over the middle of the field. Before he sets, snap, free release, high point pass. Cam Newton needs to deliver an accurate throw. But what the beautiful thing about this is, you know you're going to get a free release. I drag Benjamin on the right, motion Funchess over to the right. He's going to set right there, snap the ball, hold down LB, he cuts, I deliver the throw. And it's a safe throw because the receiver is really the only guy that gets the option to catch the ball. With a good catch in traffic, good spectacular catch receiver, you're going to have a lot of success. Like especially in MUT, like this is going to be a prime time play for you in the red zone. And again, all you need to do is just motion him over to the right. Before he sets, snap the ball, and then you're going to hold down high point pass. He gets in the end zone, and then just deliver a bullet pass. And that's all it is. And that's where catching traffic and spectacular catch are going to come into play there. Is he going to hold on to the rock when he gets hit? Because he's going to get hit. He just needs to hold on to the rock.
It's also a super tender area of the field. And then do you have verticals in this?
Yeah.
So you could always watch this, right? Like, so, okay, I'm tired of getting beat by verticals. Like where you throw that route.
Yep.
Or say I know you're going to throw over the middle, I'm going to go here.
Yep.
Well, now you can still get a one-on-one to X by going to that part of the field. So you can pretty much spec over the middle here.
Right.
Or you can spec one-on-one out to the left. And you just have to determine where they're going to go with the user, right?
Absolutely. So that stick play, I think it's really undervalued, and I think it's probably one of the best plays in the game because of the. I'd say that because of the formation it's in. The power of the bunch makes this play that much better, and it's a quick audible that I really devalued.
All right.
And I feel bad about it. Real quick, another thing about it. You're called man press for me. Man press. Little thing I love about this. This is my setup when I go against man. I drag RB. I put Stewart on an in. I leave Benjamin on the slant, or if I'm feeling the game, I'll put him on a streak, and then I slide protect to the right. Now you're gonna take that away, right? That's fine. Go ahead and take that away. Boom. It's away. The motion.
Oh yeah.
It's that route right there. It's like butter. It's so crispy smooth that I put a very good route runner there. And you know he's going to break on the out. He's going to consistently get open.
That's a pretty quick.
That's what's really good about it. So you have two routes against man-to-man right there. Like, you're in a press situation, but he gets free really quickly. Like, right there, and then just bang. It's a really great route. Cotry's not the best for it, but you need a guy with good route running there. But this play overall has a lot of nice little trinkets in it that make it effective.
Brian Smith stopped in the chat. Appreciate you, Brian. He's saying can't run out of it.
Can't run out of it? Don't need to.
Got the Rams
offense. We're not even there yet, brother.
That's what I'm saying. You got something for that.
Absolutely. We know how to run verticals. I think that we don't necessarily need to necessarily talk a ton about it. I do want to show a couple new setups that I've been running. So the setup recently I've been running is I'll drag RB, Olsen. I'll put Stewart on an in, and then I'm just messing around with motions. You wouldn't think this would be that effective, but I motion him over, snap the ball, and then he gets to the sideline and just deliver that ball. You don't feel good about it. You don't feel, but it's very, very effective.
I mean, you never feel good about your offense.
I always feel good about my offense, Farles. This is especially good against zone, but it is just as good against man. Snap of the ball, he gets there. You throw a rat, catch it right there, and see you go. You get behind the defense. It's really difficult for them to defend. So this time, Farles go to like a cover 3. And you're still giving yourself underneath options with RB and Y, and then you got the two verticals for spectacular catch. So here it is again. I've used this very consistently to attack defenses, cover 3s, and there it is right there, possession on the sideline. Get down there, possession, blah, blah, blah. I would throw the drag in a real game. But what else do we have from here? So the next thing you could do with this formation is the bug setup where you RB on a drag, Stewart on an in, Funchess on a slant, Mochis Funchess out. You got the drag, you got the in, you got the post, you got everything. So there's a lot you can do passing-wise from this. You can add in all those passing plays we've gone over before. Now, what I find that has worked really well from this formation is audibling into gun tight. It's a quick audible. There's a great question brought up in the chat from Brian Smith. You can't run from this formation because of the halfback sweep. You're right. You don't want to run the halfback sweep, but you can go to one quick audible over, which I love. It's gun bunch, and it's like have your own audible set like the old days where you could go directly to gun set tight. You audible down to inside zone. Very quick audible. I like to use motion, get Funchess in the run game. motion him inside, and then I go. And then I go, and I pound the rock. I've been pounding the rock.
And once you've been motioning, I mean, you don't know the full setups of this play, but anytime you motion a receiver, it's like, I'm going to react. Is he going out this way again? Is he going out this way? Is he going to go all the way across? Like, you don't know until you actually snap it.
Yeah, right? And then, of course, in this play, that you also have another speed out built in.
Right.
So you have another way to attack your opponent on that sideline. A really difficult way to defend. Now you're going to do it on both sidelines. It makes it really hard for your opponent to defend. So a good way to run this would be like this. Really force your opponent, like use this motion a lot, even though when you're going to run inside zone, because you want your opponent to have to worry about, I got to get over there, got to put a flat, got to put something over there. So now if you go to cover 2 zone for me.
Cover 2.
And just put the flats out on the wide. So I audible to spot shake from this formation, and take your play down. The hot route here is put Y on a drag. RB, you either block them or you put them on a quick out. I like the block, just gives a little more extra time. And you motion Benjamin out, so it's mimicking the speed out. And the route here that's really great, you want to go underneath, but the route that is just kind of like the moneymaker route is that sideline wheel. He gets behind the defense. The vertical is set to pull him deep, the deep safety away. You have the quick underneath drags that your opponent has to worry about. Call press for me. And baseline. That's how someone would defend it. Motion him out. Streak. He's going to get by there. He's going to get by there. He's going to get by there. And that's the ball right there. That's the ball. And if the flat, you could say, oh, the flat was dropping. That's fine. Your opponent's going to adjust, and they're going to play over the top coverage. But then you have these 2 underneath patterns that come up, and they're really difficult to defend because they're different depths. And then you have a special drag here. This Funchess route, really good against a lot of these zones that people are zone blitzes with the crossfires, because he turns and sits. So then you can throw that ball there. So if you were to play another zone there and just blitz that linebacker, I don't care who he is there, just Collins, just blitz him, perfect. That's an aggressive blitz, but it gets the point done. What you can do is he blitzes and then he sits, and it turns into a quick little curl. You have to have the read ready. You can't be late on it because he'll break and turn into a curl, or he'll turn into a drag. But it's a really effective way to run a dual-purpose route.
Yeah, double bang for your buck there.
So if you're late on the read, watch, you'll see what happens. He'll go, and then he goes on a drag, a slant. So you get kind of double your money on that route. Just overall, really effective working these 2 plays, these formations. There's a lot for your opponent to worry about. There's a lot of motions that go on. And I think the focal point needs to be, I want to go to the inside zone, and I want to make them pay and worry about stopping the run. And then it's going to make all these other passing plays that much more effective. Because right now, that's the biggest bugaboo of the gun bunch, is you can't really run the ball effectively from it. But using this gun tight, it's a quick audible. It's the audible directly to the right of gun bunch. I can't stress the importance of that. The way we have audible set right now, a lot of times you could have an audible, you go hit X, and then you want to go to a formation, but it's 7 formations away, and it takes too long to get there. This is the audible directly next to it, so at X, one to the right, gun tight offset tight end, inside zone. It's very quick, and you can make your opponent pay really quickly. And you move down the field really fast this way. And I went on a run this week in 9-1.
Rams playbook. I happened to guess. I missed the 9, but I caught the 1. So it's weird. Isn't that weird how that happens?
What?
That I caught the only game you lost because remember you were winning.
Yeah.
And then I stopped and then you like.
Yeah, because you trolled me.
You were like coughing and you like I think you like ate something. Like, you ate like a chicken bone and you were like, I'm choking, Boyles. I'm choking.
Guys, and a couple other people in the chat were. I'm just not going to pay attention to it. A lot of people in the chat I see are talking about other good plays. There are a lot of good other plays in this this formation. You have the Rams double trail, really good. Where is it? Rams double trail, really good. Bunch curl flat. It's a nice way to attack really deep downfield with the corner pattern. There's a lot of good plays. You got Z spot, of course. I use Z spot.
PA post if you have to pick up pressure.
Z spot. You saw the way I've been running it recently, right? Is I use the same motion here that you saw from with that route to the sideline, right? So you're giving the same look, but now you're running multiple different routes, right? And that's how you're going to take your Madden game to the next level. It makes it really difficult for your opponent to key in on what you want to do, and I'm going to the house. Get there. Not enough speed. Not enough speed.
Good play. That's the Rams playbook, everybody. Make sure to give it a follow if you're new here, or give a like, or whatever happens here on this platform. We are going to make it through the show tonight.